في ليلة من الليال لست أدري ما تراني ظلمة تمرني يا رب. الأرض ضاقت والسماء وقلبي ما رفض ضياء والدمع تبكي يا إلهي يا إلهي يا إلهي يا إلهي يا إلهي.
Assalamu alaikum and good morning. Welcome to Zamana TV. Watched here on Saturday mornings at 9:30 a.m. on Rogers Channel 129 and Bell Fibe System Channel 1235. Also, you can view the previous episodes on www.zamana.tv. And you'll be glad to know that this program will also be broadcasted in Tanzania, a station called IBN. They will also be broadcasting this from now on. And Tanzania happens to be an amazing country. I was there. March was really busy for me. I traveled to a lot of countries. I went to Tanzania as well. And again, I was in Tanzania last week. So I've got some great footage from Tanzania and Zanzibar. So Zanzibar is located in the, it's an island. It's located in the Indian Ocean off the east coast of Africa, Tanzania. It's part of Tanzania now. And it has a tremendous history. The slave trade that you will be able to learn more about. Also now, the transformation that it has gone through, there's amazing beaches there.
बजी है कहीं दूर छन 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 छन, कंगना बजा है कहीं दूर खन 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 खन, हो चूड़ी बजी है कहीं दूर छन 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 छन, कंगना बजा है कहीं दूर खन 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 खन।
Blue Sky Jewelry, previously known as Powerati, specializing in diamond, custom design, white gold, wedding sets and diamond jewelry. In business since 1992. Please contact Ellen Faradi at area code 905-737-2263.
जिस्म की खुशबू तू जो पास आई, तू जो पास आई, तू जो पास आई, जो पास आई।
Karbala, the holy land of spirituality, devotion and faith. Own your home in Karbala. Range Hospitality now makes your dream a reality. Introducing Al Roldatain Residences, the first 5-star residences managed by Shazar Hotels, starting from just $6,325 US. Choose your home through our unique Sharia-compliant timeshare scheme. Malkiya Intifa. Contact us now. Al Roldatain Residences, your home in Karbala.
So this week's show, it's going to be on Baneen, this great personality that we really have to learn more about. She happens to be the mother of Hazrat Abbas. And the rosemary tasbih has been dedicated to her. It's named after her. And to give us more insight about this great personality, we have Zakira Shairoz Jaffer in the studio today.
A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. History forever will remember the sacrifice, loyalty and bravery shown by Hazrat Abbas alayhi salam on the plains of Karbala. It is important to spend a few minutes to understand the great lady who gave birth to such a great son, none other than Lady Baneen alayhi salam. Bibi Baneen alayhi salam had the enormous and unparalleled responsibility and honor of having a predecessor such as the mistress of women, Bibi Fatima Zahra salamullahi alayha. She came to a home where she was given the highest job of bringing up 2 future imams who were also Panjatan, Imam Hassan and Hussein, married to a leader of the faithful, Imam Ali alayhi salam, who was also a Panjatan, part of the Panjatan, and in a home where the mother before her was also a Panjatan, Bibi Fatima Zahra salamullahi alayha. She had the highest job of bringing up ladies, Bibi Zainab alayhi salam and Bibi Kulthum alayhi salam. In Karbala, we see that Bibi Baneen alayhi salam also gave not only her son Abbas, but her other sons, Abdullah, Jaffer, and Uthman. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept her sacrifice and give her the highest status in Jannah. Ameen. The Ahlul Bayt alayhi salam have greatly praised Bibi Baneen alayhi salam, and it is said, and it is noted in history, that Bibi Zainab alayhi salam used to visit the home of Bibi Baneen alayhi salam on Eid as a special honor, treating her as her mother and giving her all the respect and love that one gives to a mother. Subhanallah. We find that she was from a very noble family. She was born with the name Fatima. Born Hazrat Fatima bint Hizam bin Khalid ibn Rabi'a ibn Amr Kalbi, Bibi Baneen alayhi salam belonged to the clan of Banu Kila. She was one of the noblest, which was one of the noblest families among the Hashemites. Her father Hizam was a famous, celebrated chief of his people, and it was considered to be one of the most renowned, most noble personalities of the Arabs. Her mother too was known for her own distinguished traits of honor and virtue. Incredibly, her nobility in lineage can be traced even much further back than that. Abu al-Faraj al-Isfahani in Makatul Talibiyan reports that historians have referred to the names of 11 mothers before the mother of al-Banin alayhi salam, each of whom was known for her glory, honor, and good reputation. Thus, even though we most commonly hear the story of how she especially was chosen because she was from a family of brave warriors, and that her ascendants were known for their horsemanship and heroism and courage and bravery. It remains a well-known fact that Bibi al-Banin alayhi salam also belonged to one of the most celebrated families in fields of honor, open-handedness, and nobility. Subhanallah, to bring up a son like Hazrat Abbas alayhi salam, it would mean that this lady truly had great values and virtues. And so it is important that we understand the exemplary personality of this lady, to understand what ideals she stood for. And nothing gives us a more revealing glimpse into her heart than the famous words she uttered when she heard of the martyrdom, the tragic and brutal slaying of Imam Hussein alayhi salam. When she heard that Imam was martyred, history notes that al-Banin alayhi salam said a few words of poetry. She was very eloquent and was able to put together words in a very heart-wrenching manner. And she said to the person who brought her this news, she said, "O harbinger of bad tidings, tell me, when Hussein and his sons and followers were butchered by the tyrant of Damascus and his henchmen, where was my son Abbas? Did he not shed the last drop of his blood in defending Imam and his family? Where were my other sons, Mohamad and Usman and Jaffer? How could Hussein and his sons be butchered mercilessly with my 4 sons there to defend them?" Bibi al-Banin alayhi salam's words reveal what she stood for and what she brought up her children to believe in and to live for and to die for. It shows that their upbringing was so exemplary and that they devoted their lives to the service of the Ahlul Bayt alayhimus salam. She was much more than the sum of her genes. For the brave sons she bore, Hazrat Imam Ali alayhi salam possessed not only courageousness and strength, but a crucial accompanying sense of profound loyalty to the family of the Ahlul Bayt alayhimus salam that only a pious, noble mother such as she could impart by example. It was this deep and sincere allegiance to the house of the Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam that defined her very existence and which exuded from her very being. It is said that she was a devoted slave to the Ahlul Bayt alayhimus salam, that she was a lover and a slave of the family of the Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam before that proposal ever came to her, and that when she was given the news that Imam Ali alayhi salam was asking for her hand in marriage, that she felt that there was no way that she could live up to the example of Bibi Fatima alayhi salam. History also notes that even though her own name was Fatima, she requested Imam Ali alayhi salam to never refer to her by that name, for she felt that it would bring a feeling in the children as if she was trying to replace their mother. From the moment she entered the home, history notes that she entered as a slave, and when the children who had been brought up with such great manners that they approached her with the words and welcomed her by calling her mother, she cried out that, "I am not your mother but a slave here to serve you. I am not here to replace your mother." And her son Abbas and her other sons grew up with that same attitude, always treating themselves as slaves and treating Imam Hussein alayhi salam as their master. Her words of condolence offered at the grave of Bibi Fatima Zahra salamullahi alayha also serve as an everlasting testament to the principles that she had devoted her entire life and progeny towards. look at the words she says as condolence to the Lady of Light upon hearing of the tragedy of Karbala and the martyrdom of Imam Hussein alayhi salam. She says, "My lady, I have come to you to offer you condolences on the martyrdom of your beloved Hussein." Remember, this is a lady who herself has lost 4 other sons, and yet all she does is mourn for the loss of Imam Hussein alayhi salam. And she says, "I do not mourn my sons Abbas, Mohamad, Osman and Jaffer because I had reared them from their childhood to regard Hussein as their Lord and Master and to live for him and to die for him. O my lady, my only consolation is that my beloved Abbas and my other sons fought bravely to their last defense of Hussein. You from heaven must have seen them each dying valiantly as great sons of a great father." Bibi al-Banin alayhi salam was referred to as al-Banin, for the title refers to her, the fact that she was a mother of sons. And we find that even at his last breath, her son Hazrat Abbas called out to Imam Hussein alayhi salam as master before being beseeched by the Holy Imam alayhi salam, "Ya Abbas, call me brother, just this once." Bibi al-Banin alayhi salam was known for her great virtues. It is reported in the book Al-Abbas by the writer Badr Shahin that al-Banin alayhi salam was raised on righteous moralities and the highest ethical standards, and that she was notable in Arabia in her own right for not only her high morals, ethics and excellences, but especially for the devoutness and supreme loyalty that she felt for the Ahlul Bayt alayhimus salam. In terms of a most pious, faithful, honorable and devout woman from a tribe of extremely skilled and brave horsemen, there was no other more suitable lady for this honor to be a wife of Imam Ali alayhi salam and to be the mother of his children than Bibi al-Banin alayhi salam. Surely a pious, brilliant and astute personality of innumerable merits such as Imam Ali alayhi salam would only select the best of the most pious and virtuous women in Arabia to be the mother of Hassanain alayhi salam, the youths of paradise, Bibi Zainab alayhi salam and Bibi Kulthum alayhi salam. The shining personality of her son Hazrat Abbas is also evidence of the superior upbringing that he received at the hands of this exalted lady. In the key scenes of Karbala, where he played a major role, Hazrat Abbas alayhi salam exhibited exemplary and admirable traits of complete loyalty to Imam Hussein alayhi salam, as well as utter generosity and supreme compassion to those who were in distress. These brief but extremely revealing glimpses into his personality give us an understanding as to why he was known as Abul Fadl al-Abbas, the father or owner of virtues. We often hear of how brave Hazrat Abbas alayhi salam was, but remember his name was, his title was the father or owner of virtues. He was known for his amazing personality. And this indicates to us that the most admirable and essential quality in a brave man are sophistication of nobility and excellent conduct. Because when you're brave and not sophisticated, then you would use brute force. But we find in the history of Karbala that Hazrat Abbas alayhi salam kept his strength and his anger in check when told by Imam Hussein alayhi salam to step back and to not enter the battlefield. It shows you that nobility and excellent conduct help a person to rein in their strength and to keep it in disciplined check. And such impeccable demeanor can only be inculcated in a man when both of his parents are firmly grounded in Islamic principles. Irrefutably, Bibi al-Banin alayhi salam remains as the role model of a mother who steps in to take care of the children of a predeceased mother. She is an example to all of us in how to be a mother, and also in how to be a mother to children who are entrusted in our care. Her extreme love, kindness, and sympathy for the pure progeny of the Holy Prophet ﷺ stands in time as an example of true adherence to the command of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala when He says in the Holy Quran to the Holy Prophet ﷺ, say, I do not ask for you any payment for my preaching to you except your love of my near relatives. Bibi al-Banin alayhi salam showed with the love that she gave to the Ahlul Bayt alayhi salam and the sacrifice that she gave, that she took these words of the Holy Quran to heart and that she repaid in every way possible by showing respect and love to the Holy Family. Badr Shahin writes in this famous book, Al-Abbas, that historians have recorded that when she was carried to her husband's house, Imam Hussein and Hassan were unwell. They were sick. When she arrived as a new wife and a mother to the home, the children of Fatima were not well. And as soon as she noticed this, when she entered the home, she willingly went on caressing them using the nicest language. She caressed their hair and she took on this very soothing and gentle tone as she spoke to them. When somebody is unwell and when they're a child and they have no mother, imagine what kind of a way a person would approach. This is the way she came across to them. And history notes that from that moment on, she always treated them like that, with the most sweetest voice, the most gentle, the most loving, reassuring, sweet, kind, and gentle caressing on the head and speaking with love and compassion. She used that nicest language throughout her life with them. From this cause, she would occupy a great position, writes Badr Shahin in this book, Al-Abbas, that she would occupy a great position at the side of the Ahlul Bayt alayhi salam, who had great regard for her, especially for her unique situation of loyalty for Imam Hussein alayhi salam. Bibi alayhi salam held a highly esteemed status in the lives of the children of Imam Ali alayhi salam, an indication of the love and reverence that they had for her. Upon her arrival in Medina after the tragedy of Karbala, when Bibi Zainab alayhi salam entered Medina, it was the home of Bibi al-Banin alayhi salam that she first went to give condolences to Bibi al-Banin alayhi salam on the martyrdom of Hazrat Abbas alayhi salam and the martyrdom of all her 4 sons. Bibi al-Banin alayhi salam in turn always considered the children of Bibi Fatima alayhi salam more precious than anything in her life. It is famously reported that after hearing the tragic news of the martyrdom of her 4 children, she said, "Tell me about Hussein." And it was when she received the news of Imam Hussein alayhi salam's martyrdom that she said, "All the arteries of my heart are torn. May all of my children and whatever exists under this azure heaven be sacrificed for the sake of Imam Hussein alayhi salam." Imam Jaffer Sadiq alayhi salam has narrated that al-Banin, the mother of the 4 martyred brothers, would go to the cemetery of Al-Baqi and she would lament with heart-rending and grief-stricken words upon her sons. Imam narrates that Bibi al-Banin alayhi salam would go to Jannatul Baqi, where she herself is buried now. She would go there and she would lament, and people would gather and listen to her sorrowful words. One day, Marwan bin Hakam, who was well known for his cruelty, the tyrant, he came, and when he came to Jannatul Baqi, he heard her lamenting and he started weeping in spite of being so ruthless himself. It is reported that along with the other ladies of Bani Hashim, Bibi al-Banin alayhi salam virtually transformed Jannatul Baqi into a Husainiya, into a masjid, into a place where the Majlis of Hussein was narrated. And historians note that Jannatul Baqi would echo with the sounds of lamentations over the injustices unleashed upon her oppressed son, Imam Hussein alayhi salam, and upon the women and children of the household of the Ahlul Bayt alayhi salam. As I mentioned before, she was well known for her eloquence, and she was a poet who could put together very heart-wrenching words, and she used this talent of hers to express her deep sorrow and she would lament. Highly regarded as important masterpieces of Arabic literature, her poetry expresses the deep sorrow of a mother whose remaining lifetime was forever aggrieved with the remembrance of her brave sons who laid down their lives for the slave of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the son of the Lion of God, the king of martyrs, Imam Hussein alayhi salam. And I would like to end with these words said by Bibi al-Banin alayhi salam at the grave of the Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Whoever has seen the courageous advances of Abbas, and along with him were the brave sons of Haidar, I heard that he lost his arms and his head was wounded. O Lord, how did my son fall on the ground with no arms to break his fall? Were it that he had a sword, no one would have dared approach him. Don't call me the mother of her sons anymore. This title reminds me of those Haidari lions. As long as my sons were alive, I was al-Banin. Now that I have lost them, this title doesn't suit me. Those 4 sons of mine were like 4 lions, the ones who sleep in the desert after giving their heads. Whoever faced them in the midst of the battlefield surely would have fallen to the ground like rain. How I wish someone had come and informed me that the arms of my Abbas were brutally severed. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala curse those who took the lives of the lovers of the Ahlul Bayt alayhimus salam and brutally martyred the family members of the Ahlul Bayt alayhimus salam. Lanatullahi ala qawm al-zalimin. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Ya Rabbul Mashriq Ya Rabbul Maghrib Ya Rabbul Mashriq Ya Rabbul Maghrib Ya Rabb Haq Zahra Tawfiq ye ata ho marne se pehle Ya Rabb didare Karbala ho Ya Rabb Haq Zahra Tawfiq ye ata ho marne पहले जो अर्ज करबला है हर अर्ज से सिवा है इस खाक करबला में शह का लहू मिला है हर लादवा मर्ज की.
So we've come to the end of the show. I hope you enjoyed it today. Now, if you want to contact me to advertise, to sponsor the show, or to showcase a product, just feel free to contact me on contact@zamana.tv or simply call me at 416-722-5786. Once again, I thank you for watching Zamana TV. See you next week, same channel, same time. Khuda Hafiz and Salamu Alaikum.
इस ज़ाकरी का मेरी किस्मत में ये सिवा हो मरने से पहले या रब्बी हमारे करबला हो या रब हक ज़हरा तौफीक ये अता हो मरने से पहले या रब्बी हमारे करबला हो या रब नमाज शब में बस ये दुआ करूं मैं कुछ देर उस ज़मीं पर मजलिस बपा करूं मैं हर मातमी के लब पर हर दम यही दुआ हो मरने से पहले या रब्बी हमारे करबला हो या रब हक ज़हरा तौफीक ये अता हो मरने से पहले रोता है ये जमाना उस बेखता के दर पर एक बार तो है जाना जो कर्ज है लब पर वो इस तरह